welcome to our 2020 City of DeSoto Juneteenth event. Hey, if you missed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 7, hey, follow the link below. Check it out. It was wonderful. You have to go back and check out 9903. They were awesome. Thank you for joining us again this evening. I'm your host, Kimberly Jeffries. And tonight, we're going to have one of my favorite songs. Yes, Rise Up. Oh my gosh, that song is so heartfelt. Oh my gosh, you'll feel like you can accomplish anything and everything when you hear that song. Tonight, we're going to have fashion. Woohoo! Yes, we're going to have fashion. How about my outfit? Isn't this just amazing? Yes! We're going to have a fashion event extravaganza this evening. Yes, the models are coming. They are on their way. Get your wife. If she loves fashion, if she doesn't love fashion, go get her, your girlfriend, your sister, your auntie, everyone. The African fashion pieces are going to be so beautiful. This is just a taste. And if you saw me last night and the night before, you have an idea of how hot and sizzling they're going to be. So get your popcorn, get you something to drink, get your favorite social media outlet on. Yes, thank you for joining us once again.
Hello there, I'm Equate Tahimba, owner of the Pan-African Connection Bookstore, Art Gallery, and Resource Center. And 30 years ago, my husband, Bandeli Tahimba, one of the greatest African men and revolutionaries that I know, started this business as a tool to organize our people and teach them more about their history and their culture. Because we know that as African people born in America, we're taught many myths and untruths about who we are. A lot of times in this education system, we're taught to hate ourselves. We're taught that anything African is negative. You know, you talk about Tarzan and all this old kind of mess. You know, these are very negative images of our people, and it tries to instill in us the idea that we don't have a culture, we don't come from anything that's valuable. But no, we created the Pan-African Connection Bookstore because we want people to know the greatness of their people, the greatness of their history and culture. Because we know that if they know the truth and they know they've done great things in the past, they know they can do them today. So we are here to help instill that pride and self-determination back into our people. So I want to talk about African art. We have in the Pan-African Connection Bookstore, we sell books on the Black experience, African history, culture, anything that is there to educate our people about how we are going to liberate ourselves and move forward. And to do that, we have to have a proper identity of who we are. So we have to know first that we're African people. We have to know secondly that Africa is our home and that is where we come from. You know, they say that if you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going. So we have to set the right foundation and direct people from the right point of origin to where we need to go, and we let our culture guide us at every level. So I'm going to talk about one piece here that is it's a symbol of faith. It's a big bird here. This bird is from Ivory Coast, and it's from the Bambara people. And as you see, this bird has big arms, big wings that stretch far and wide, and he has a big belly. Now, first of all, it's a symbol of faith. It's a symbol that you have everything inside of you to get to where you need to go. This bird has a big belly, and it holds his fuel, it holds his gas, it holds his, you know, what am I thinking? Well, it gets him to where he needs to go. But that fuel is history of his culture, the wisdom of his ancestors and his elders, and that's what you need to fly. That's what you need to get to your objectives in life. Is you've got to know who you are, but you've got to fill your belly with all of these wonderful information about who you are. and the strength of your ancestors. So inside of you, you have that strength, and you raise your head up and you fly. You look straight towards your objective, the goal in life, and this fuel and the wisdom of who you are will help you avoid these bumps in the road and these obstacles that you may encounter. Knowing who you are will help you fly right over all of those things. You can fly with speed and accuracy. You don't have to, in our culture, there's no saying you got to crawl before you walk. No, you fly because you have everything you need. And you don't have to slow down for nobody else, you fly. So this bird teaches us to have faith, and to understand that you are a big bird. You come from greatness. You know, you're not a chicken. Eagles don't play with chickens. No, they fly. So this bird teaches us that you have greatness inside of you and you have everything you need to succeed. But you got to have faith and you got to know it. So I love this symbol here. And we're going to move around to some other pieces. Let me show you this piece. There's so many things in this story that I could talk about. So many things. So let me go this way. This piece here, first of all, you see this big elephant here. I wish I could pick it up, but it's too big. But elephants are leadership symbols. So we always show elephants' masks and statues to the children because we encourage them or remind them that we want them to become leaders and not followers in life. An elephant has big ears so that he can be a good listener. An elephant has a long tusk with a bold and loud roar or sound because he has to be confident and speak boldly in his knowledge and direction to his people. So an elephant is a leadership symbol. We all know that the elephants are the largest things in the jungle, the largest animals in the jungle. So nobody messes with the elephant, and they're very intelligent. So elephant is a symbol of leadership, and that is who we are. We want our people to be leaders and not followers in life. This is a queen mother. This elephant is from Cameroon, as are all of these pieces. This is a queen mother. You know, in Africa, this is Cameroon. It's made of bronze. You know, we're some of the African people are some of the greatest ironsmiths and iron workers and welders. So we were making bronze statues 2,000 years ago, right? And then when we came here as enslaved people, some of us were the best ironsmiths that there were. But this is a queen mother. She's a tough sister. You don't want to cross her. She's a counselor in Africa. African women have a very high standing in society. You don't make any huge decisions about our family, about our community, unless you seek the advice of the women. Women have a lot of good advice, so they're held in a very high standing in traditional African society and consulted at every level. So this is a queen mother here. And this chair here, this is another piece from Cameroon. As you'll see, the cowrie shells, which are a symbol of good luck and prosperity. This is a king's chair. It is from Cameroon. It has its warriors at the bottom, of course. It has its elephants on the side, which again are leadership symbols. But this piece is a king's chair. So the shells represent wealth and prosperity. In Africa, these cowrie shells are meant, you see a lot of people wearing them in their earrings, their hair today, but they're a symbol of good luck. They used to be used as money, as trading, as currency a long time ago. So cowrie shells hold a very strong significance in African culture and history. So the king's chair. So everybody always likes to sit in the king's chair. So we'll move on this way around. We have a lot of things. I don't know how much time I have, but I'll just keep going. Let me show you some pieces over here. You know, in Africa, everything has a meaning. Every piece in this place has a meaning. African art is created to help us solve our problems. You know, our culture teaches us that we should be thinking men and women. that we should, we understand that life is about how we deal with challenges. So we have a piece called The Thinking Man, which is somewhere over here. But it tells us that in life you have to run towards difficulties and not away from them. The stronger the difficulty, the stronger it will make you. They say in Jamaica, the rougher the water, the better the swimmer. Because challenges make you stronger. You can't run away from calculus, right? We tell our children. You can't run away from trigonometry or math, but instead run towards your difficulties, because in life they will make you stronger. So let me go over. These are protection pieces. Some, they teach you that it's negative, but it's nothing negative about these pieces. In Africa, iron are very powerful elements. We have a piece called Shango that always has an axe which can deflect lightning. We have, guns are made of iron. So iron is a very protective element. So you'll see these pieces have metal pieces that they nail in to this statue to nail in the negative elements. And you may want to keep famine away from your family, or sickness, or the enemy, a war. So you will nail those thoughts and things into the piece to keep them inside it so that they won't come out. But these are ancestor pieces. Everything has a meaning. Nothing is just for beauty, or everything has a practical use for it. It has its artistic elements, but they are definitely, there's a reason for everything. Okay. And this is a Yoruba crown that is traditionally worn by men as a chief or someone very important in life. But you'll see these birds here. Birds are symbolic of women. I know some of you all may be old enough when they used to call women chicks, or the storks bring the babies to the house. Well, the birds represent women, and they sit on top of the crown to feed into the ideas and the forward movement and thinking of this chief or whoever this very important figure is. So he has, before he makes any decisions again, you need to seek the advice of the women. Women have a lot of good advice, and they should be sought for counsel. So the women feed into the soul of the community. And I have some other strong pieces here. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, many of you may know this piece here. This is a bird, and it's called Sankofa. And Sankofa is an Adinkra symbol out of Ghana, West Africa, from the Akan people. And it teaches us to, in order to move forward in life, you've got to look back. As you'll see, his feet are moving forward. His head is looking back. So it teaches us that in order to move forward in life, you got to look back and fetch what you lost. Go back and get your history. Go back and get your God. Go back and get the wisdom of your ancestors, right? You got to know who you are. In order to, as I said earlier, in order to know where you're going, you've got to know where you've been. So Sankofa is one of the most important symbols for African people. And it just teaches us to always remember our past. Always remember where you come from. And this piece here, this is symbolic of another Adinkra symbol. Really, it's like people that are connected like a chain. It's carved out of one piece of wood, like one solid piece of wood that symbolizes unity. And as you'll see, everybody's connected as one. There are no weak links. And our culture teaches us that we have to stick together. We are one. If my mother had extra food in the house and there was some child there, we would feed them. So our culture teaches us to take care of each other. We don't give up on our people. We are here to help each other to stay strong. So this is a unity piece, and it just symbolizes oneness and collectivism, which is a principle of our culture, collectivism. So the unity piece. Let's see what else. There's so many beautiful things. I wish I could get to everything here. Oh gosh, we can't get to those pieces. But I just want to talk about these pieces are from Ivory Coast. It's the man. You can come around. I don't know, maybe you can get. It's a man and woman, but she has a baby in her arms. And this is the husband or the father, but it's a male and female. But this piece symbolizes unity and balance and family. These pieces, the Baoli, who are out of the Ivory Coast, they believe in predestiny. So these statues were created long before these, long before the purpose or that we could see for these two spirits, right? So the Baoli believe in predestiny, that we all come into this world with a destiny, that there's a reason for being for all of us. So these statues that may have been created 100 years ago for male and female, these two people may have come together later on in life. So predestiny, that means we all have a purpose and we all have a destiny to do something great in our lifetime. So predestiny, the Baoli. Okay, this is a ladder. It's from the Dogon people from Mali, West Africa. And they actually use these ladders to climb into their homes. Some of the homes are built up off the ground. And so they actually use these ladders. But as I said earlier, everything in Africa has a practical use and a spiritual meaning. So this is actually also called the ladder of death. We all come into this world and we all have to leave out of this world. So this symbolizes that there's no inferior human being or superior human being, that we're all created equal. So it's a great equalizer. I don't care how much money you have. You could be Bill Gates. You could be somebody out here on the street. But we all come into this world and we all must leave out of this world. So it's a great equalizer. There's no inferior or superior human being. Okay. All right. So these are snakes from Guinea, West Africa. And they're called from the Baga people, B-A-G-A. And, we're taught that snakes are very negative things, snake made Eve eat the apple and all of these things, right? But in African culture, snakes are symbolic of life. There's nothing negative about the snakes. The snake in this instance, this particular statue is used in a male's rites of passage ceremony. So the men, young boys, will go through a rites of passage ceremony. So they are taught to be like the snake, be responsible in life. Snakes swim up rivers, right? So it teaches, and rivers bring life and growth and fertility. So it teaches the young men to be responsible in life. Choose a mate that you will be with for many years, right? That will bring much fruit, and be responsible in your sexuality, right? In choosing a mate, don't just be irresponsible. Don't create a puddle over here, a puddle over there in life as you're growing up. But no, be like a snake and swims up rivers and brings a lot of fruitfulness from your decisions in life. So be responsible as a man and produce much fruit. So the Baga snake. So let me just wish everybody a happy Juneteenth, and to know that our people have been resisting exploitation and oppression for many years and seeking freedom, and we have always been on the path of winning. There's no term in our culture for give up or quit. So we are always directed to something better for our families and produce better things for our communities and to lift humanity as a whole. So I say, you know, keep the faith and know that we are winning and we're going to win. Thank you.
Hello, I am Ramona White, and I'll be singing Natural Woman by Aretha Franklin. Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind, but you're the key to my peace of mind. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. When my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. And when I didn't know just what was wrong with me, ooh, your kiss helped me to claim it. Now I'm no longer doubtful to right. What it is I might be doing. This funky dance all night. Rock steady, baby. Rock steady, baby. Step and move your hips with a feeling from side to side. Sit yourself down in your car and take a ride. And while you're moving, rock steady, baby. Let's call this song exactly what it is.
What it is, what it is, what it is.
It's a funky and low down feeling in my hips from left to right.
What it is.
What it is I might be doing. This funky dance all night. Hey.
Feeling ain't gotta care.
Hey.
With the devil on his side.
Rock steady, baby. Rock steady, baby. Hey. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Rock steady. Come on and rock steady.
What it is, what it is, what it is.
It's a funky and low down feeling in my hips from left to right. What it is I might be doing. This funky dance all night. Hey.
Feeling ain't gotta care.
Hey.
With the devil on his side.
Rock steady, baby. Hey.
What it is, what it is.
Rock steady, baby. Yeah. Rock steady, baby. Rock steady, baby.
What it is.